My dog stepped on a bee.
I'm still giving away XCHs for free. Hey guys, before we continue, I want to remind you that on Discord, I will never reach out to you to ask you for doing any kind of exchanges, money, transferring, whatever, selling Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, XCHs, nothing. Just remember that, nothing. If anything, I'm the one who's giving you guys XCHs. And remember, the only thing I'll ask of you is to make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe because that helps me greatly. And of course, I have affiliated links below as well. Guys, welcome back to The Poor Investor. So I wanted to actually go over a few topics in regards to not just Chia, but just the crypto world in general, because I think it has really high significance and how all this is going to affect the minds of the people who are putting rules and regulations in place. Crypto just may not be a thing going forward, or it may take over and we just have new consequences. Considering I am an all access Chia channel, let's talk about the price of Chia today. $32.07. I have seen it drop to $31 today, guys. It has hit all-time new lows of $31 right here, $31.97. You guys see that? Here's XCH on the crypto bubble. It's negative 4.9% today, and we're back down even further now to rank 212. All right, let's go over really quickly. Bram's new tweet as of June 2nd. That was actually just yesterday. Before you go criticizing crypto by saying it's worse than traditional banking because it's put together with chewing gum and duct tape, you should probably know that the whole banking system is put together with chewing gum and duct tape. I want to make a quick comment in regards to this right now, and obviously this is still relating back to the article or just banking in general. You know, I've worked for a few industries myself. I've had experiences in healthcare, financial, and the trading floors, so I have my fair share of experiences, and I can probably say most places, if not all of the places, are literally put together by duct tape and bubblegum. I remember reading about Microsoft at one point, and the one thing was said that if they made Microsoft perfect, it would have never been released. You know, patches and fixes come about because nothing is perfect. Those are the duct tapes. And whether I agree with Bram here or not, it's, you know, certain to some extent. Okay, I believe so. Nothing is going to be perfect. Our lives are not perfect, where we constantly put duct tapes and band-aids. No matter how many days you attend school and get your degree, that doesn't guarantee you anything. So you have to compensate by making do, right? You have to go with the trends. That's duct taping. You know, in short, that's my analogy for that. He goes on with that, and you know, I just got really interested in looking up Fed wire fraud. Now, here's the difference between ACH and wire funding. Wire funding has no limit and it can do international. That's the big gist of the difference between ACH. ACH is actually domestic, takes a little longer, and there's no fees with it. Although banks do charge fees with these ACH transactions, which really suck. So think of these fees like gas fees for Ethereum, or, you know, miscellaneous fees for when you're exchanging XCHs, even though there's no fee associated. On the Ethereum chain, you actually have to pay these gas fees, and you can omit that. There's peak times and there's off-peak time. You don't get that with, you know, wire transfer. It's like a fixed rate, or every bank charges a different rate.
Token Luna, one top regulator is warning that investing in cryptocurrencies is dangerous for investors with modest means. Acting Comptroller of the currency Michael J says hype is a serious risk for cryptocurrencies and warns that certain activities within crypto, namely yield farming, could be akin to a Ponzi scheme.
So this Comptroller Sue, you know, when he was going through and speaking about crypto, he just said he wasn't against it or for it. He was really in the middle, and he has a lot of power in making certain decisions in this world right now that we live in regards to whether we adapt or accept crypto. But what he actually said is a lot of it that's out there right now is based on hype. Your yielding percentage, if you're getting like 20% on a coin, it's basically just future bag holders increasing your gains. And that's how it's been going on, and that's how the whole Ponzi scheme thing works. As you sit there and you're listening to it, and it's not a very long video, but I'm not going to watch the whole thing here. I'll link it in the description. I thought it was very interesting to hear, as a pro crypto enthusiast like myself, listening to this, I could understand from the point of view for people who do not invest in crypto or do not believe in it, will take that all into consideration and say, wow, crypto is really bad. You can't avoid it. It's nothing good about it. That's basically what you're going to hear all over the media. As long as the feds and the banking system refuses it, that's what they're going to do. They're going to put so much marketing. And when I say marketing, it's basically just news outlets that they own. And they're going to put out all this information to defame what crypto can possibly possibly do if you find the right project. But then that's the problem. You have to find the right project. Not just crypto. If you start looking up wire fraud or Fed wire fraud, the list is endless. You see all this. What is wire fraud? Wire fraud instances, people from the car dealership doing wire frauds. You have real estate agents doing wire frauds. You have individuals who are part of churches, you know, taking donations, and because the churches sit on so much money, they're doing wire fraud. Some of them do get caught, and some of them really just disappear to thin air, and you'll never find them again. The amount of money that they're taking. That's the problem right now. We have fraud all over, so it doesn't make a difference whether it's crypto or traditional banking. So that's one of the problems right now, is that fraud is going to be everywhere. It could be some guy walking up to you in the street and saying, hey, I got this $20 bill, can I get 2 10s? And it ends up being a counterfeit. What's going to happen then, right? Oh, I also want to make note right here is that the amount of constructions that these guys are doing right now is just ridiculous. So I actually found this really cool diagram of how this wire fraud works. In very simple terms, right here, it's actually from a Mountain America credit union. And it says right here, and I apologize for the noise in the background, if hopefully you won't hear it through my microphone, but how wire transfer frauds work. Pretend you were buying a house, and I mentioned this in my last video where you're purchasing a property. The fraudster here, they're saying that they compromised the agent's email, and then they sent out that email pretending to be the agent that you're dealing with to send or transfer your funds. Remember, wire transfer funds, they're not reversible. As soon as you send it out, you may not even know who you're sending it to, and that's the problem right now. I'm just curious to see or wonder if Bram is really talking about, is Finality an issue or not an issue? I'm trying to get a better understanding of where he's coming from, or I want to know how Chia is going to be able to resolve that. So here's my thing right now. I follow Warren Buffett, and I probably mentioned that in a lot of my past videos, and one thing he's always said and has always stuck to my mind is that you have to understand what you're investing in. Right now, as Bram is mentioning all these different things, and as Gene is mentioning all these different things, I am studying it. I'm looking into wire fraud, Fed wire, and all these other terms that they use, and I'm trying to understand where all this is going, and if Chia can help or remediate a lot of these things going forward with its technology. So in regards to that, that's why I'm investing my time and my efforts and farming into it. Now again, I understand Chia, the company, is totally separate from what XCH is going to be possibly once it goes IPO, but that's at a later time. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, in hopes the company will do well and XCH will follow along with that. But right now, as Bram putting things together and talking about this, maybe the platform of Twitter may get out to certain people, but I think it needs some type of other presentation where it's going to hit millions of people, but not just like 348 likes over here, like 53 tweets. I know Twitter is a huge platform, possibly something like a TED Talk or a university talk. I know he's done it in the past, but that's probably how it's going to get out there a little bit broader to the people who are not on Twitter. And of course, I know that a lot of my viewers are not on Twitter. Some of you guys are, you're not, and that I'm bringing you this information. So I'm kind of relaying the message, which broadens the audience understanding of what's going on, which is a good thing. I want to end it here for today. Please remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.